Hello everybody and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Guapish Rule 34. As always, I'm your host Tanner, and today I'm joined by my super special co-host, Nico.
Hey there guys, what's up? I'm currently just counting the moments till I can piss again. At the moment, I'm at 2 moments.
Huh.
We're going on 3 now.
Also joining me is my super special guest, Jackson.
I'm actually turning into a puddle of Jackson. I will no longer be referred to as Jackson, but referred to as Slimeson, actually.
Slimeson.
Slimeson.
How hot is it in there? Like, actually, it's, what, 86?
It's probably around like 80, not even 86 to be honest. I'm making a gaff about it. It just feels really odd because I got my fucking computer right next to me and that shit is just cranking out the heat.
Yeah, and I mean, like, fucking Tanner, the last time you were here, you were like, man, it sure is hot in here, guys. What the fuck's the deal? Meanwhile, you were like, fucking talking all about how, like, oh man, down in Texas, it's like 100 degrees and I don't feel hot there at all. But here, fucking 80 degrees or whatever, and you just can't take it anymore.
Fair point. And also, finally joining us, my super special guest, Dylan.
Hey, what's up? I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing, so I might just get out of here or something.
Mm-hmm. We're about to kill you. We're gonna brutalize your body in order to get your adrenaline pumping, and then we're gonna harvest your ᴳᵃᵗᵉ.
I feel like you made that last word up.
It's real, Dylan.
I'm unclear on if ᴳᵃᵗᵉ is real. It's featured in many a conspiracy theory, but let me try researching this. Is ᴳᵃᵗᵉ real?
While he's doing that, let's talk about the 15-minute city. So there's all this talk about, Maui has burned to the fucking ground. There was like a massive fire or something that destroyed a large part of the area. And I'm seeing tons of people talking about conspiracy theories with it like being a 15-minute city or something. Like the concept of 15-minute city is basically like where you live. It's like there's like you're 15 minutes away from like anything you could possibly need. Like a grocery store, things of that nature.
That's us.
Why are they connecting that to like this being a conspiracy about the fire taking place? What the fuck do these two things have together at all? I'm so confused.
They were targeted because they're a 15-minute city.
The government burnt them down because it was like such a livable city.
Exactly. You can't have that, Jackson. You need your people to have a bit of strife in their life. A little inconvenience needing to drive 25 minutes to the grocery store.
Is that just like a theory you're making up, or is that actually like what you like read about this shit?
That's real, Jackson. That's real.
Okay, you're making it up. I haven't seen anything. I haven't really seen a bunch about it, but yeah, no, the fires in Maui are fucking insane. Like, they destroyed a massive amount of buildings and ruined a ton of lives. It's really fucked up.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's what happens when you plant gasoline trees in your city.
What are you talking about? Gasoline trees?
Yeah. Don't you know where gasoline comes from, Dylan?
Yeah, they don't have sap. They produce gasoline, actually.
It's like rubber trees.
I guess so.
Yeah. It's the same concept.
I mean, I know that gas is a product of oil, and then oil is a product of fossilized, liquefied plants and animals.
Exactly, dude. Plants. Like a tree. Now just imagine if that tree weren't dead, and it was instead producing oil and gasoline.
That doesn't exist.
If maple syrup can come out of a tree, Dylan, and rubber can come out of a tree, why not gasoline?
Because they're two completely different processes.
Dylan, I'm really glad you're not buying this. For a second, I thought you were going to.
No, dude, I know too much science. Tanner looks like he made a discovery. What is it, Tanner?
Tanner, what the fuck does it do with the steroids or whatever you were looking into?
ᴳᵃᵗᵉ is in fact real, everyone. It is real.
Holy fuck! No way!
Is it in like a Oregon or like what is it?
So ᴳᵃᵗᵉ, basically the idea is that like wealthy political and corporate elites will kidnap small children, torture them in order to get their adrenaline pumping, and then the adrenaline mixes with the blood, and then they harvest the blood filled with the adrenaline and drink it to stop aging.
Tanner, that's fucking insane. It's insane because when you were initially talking about ᴳᵃᵗᵉ, I was going to just like make a joke that's exactly what they were using it for. But you fucking gypped me here, dude.
I did gyp you. That's the actual reality.
Tanner, you
motherfucker.
Must
have heard that somewhere.
I want to establish something right now here. I feel like we need to establish a brand new Guapish rule, guys. No more Googling anything ever during the podcast.
Why not?
I disagree.
Well, because, like, you know, whenever we do something like that, like, it really just halts things. Like, Tanner was entirely absent from that previous conversation because he was looking up some bullshit, whereas instead, we could have just, like, you know, spitballed it a little bit, man. Like the days of old, like in the days of Jerry Seinfeld, back on that old show, you remember Seinfeld? They wouldn't just, like, do you have any idea how boring the show would be if they were, like, talking about something? They're like, what really is a sandwich? And they just fucking Googled it, Tanner. If they just fucking Googled it instead of, like, having a conversation trying to break down the whole idea.
I mean,
this isn't a fucking sitcom, dumbass.
I also feel like a majority of the vibe that comes from a podcast is you got, like, say, like, for example, there's 4 of us. 3 of us sits here and just talks about whatever the hell we think it is, and then there's that one person that's, like, looking it up. It's like, shut up, you guys are all idiots, this is what it actually is, and then it's
That's
just
retarded, I hate that.
Whatever, man.
You're retarded.
You're retarded, Tanner. You didn't let me answer the question.
Jackson's retarded.
Hey, Nico, listen.
I mean, like, he's kind of retarded. He's getting there, but...
I mean, like... What, do you want to put it to a vote or something?
I guess so. Everyone vote down in the comments right now.
Wait, I thought this was a vote between us. What?
No, down in the comments. Our shareholders need to have a say.
I say that rule is fake and gay.
Fake and gay, Tanner. Fake and gay.
Yeah.
You sound like... What? Where are you going with that, Nico?
He doesn't know.
Yeah, he froze up.
So, guys, there's been some recent controversy, okay, with a brand new game that's hitting store shelves, okay? You guys hear about a little thing called Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah,
yes.
The D&D game?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Dylan.
Yep.
So, Baldur's Gate 3 is currently getting into the hands of greedy little gamers everywhere right now, and people are pissed about it. They're fucking irate right now about this game. Do you know why?
Because you can fuck a bear?
Isn't it because you can fuck animals?
That's not why. That's not why.
Are you
People
sure?
like that fact, Hannah.
Okay.
They like that fact.
The
problem is that this game is too dang good, okay? It's too dang good. We're running into a similar issue as when Elden Ring came out recently, about a year ago, actually. But the point still stands, where devs are like, hang on, guys. We know that this game, like, works on launch, and it's, like, good, and there's no, like, microtransactions or anything like that, and it's a real complete product with, like, all the, so much content and stuff like that. But this shouldn't be the standard for the gaming industry, okay? Like, you're putting a little too much pressure on us right now to, like, you know, meet deadlines or make a quality game. Like, come on. Be reasonable here.
Be reasonable.
Oh my god, that's insane. So
That's funny. Where did you see? Is that like a fucking Polygon article or some bullshit?
Yeah, there are like various those gaming journalists commenting about it who are like, guys, let's not get crazy here. Let's not go around expecting good things out of our games now.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a solid template here that we can like really just use to pump out some mediocre stuff. Okay, we don't want to like start putting in hard work or creativity into our stuff.
I agree. You
much
know,
work,
those devs that make, you know, high 5 to low 6 figures a year, like, they got it so hard out here.
Exactly. Speaking of those kinds of devs, Dylan.
So, I think this is going to be a Destiny question, isn't it?
It sure is, Dylan. Have you heard about the
knew it.
recent Destiny controversy?
Dude, the community is a straight, like, dumpster fire right now.
I'd imagine so. Would you like to explain to the audience, as well as Tanner Jackson here, who I'm sure have not heard anything about this, what exactly is going on?
If you're referring to what's happened recently, they made a state of the game blog, whatever, on their usual platform they post on. And they're like, so we've heard your requests, and we're going to kind of fulfill them. Long story short, TLDR is like, there is a competitive player versus player mode that they're like, we don't have a designated team for that, so we just kind of delegate that amongst other teams that have no clue what the fuck they're doing. And everybody's like, Bungie kind of ditched this game to work on Marathon, in which not as many people are excited for or are going to play as this game. So a lot of people are death threatening and like just creating and contributing to this absolute dumpster fire that is the Destiny 2 community at the moment.
They also made some statement recently as well, where they're like, hey, by the way, we're not going to be, like, releasing new armor sets either, really.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, people don't really use these, like, shitty ones that we make for free. They only like the premium ones that they have to buy with real money.
You have to buy from the store.
So we're only going to, like, really make the ones they have to buy with real money from now on, if you guys don't mind, you know?
Yeah, which is really unfortunate because the Destiny community is also in a position where they know that they're leaving them to work on that other game. So there's like a large amount of influencers that are like, hey guys, don't like make microtransactions to buy the premium currency to get all this cool stuff that they only put in the store. Because if you do that, that's supporting them, but they're not willing to put any time or effort or money back into this game. They're just going to take it and put it to the new game. I will say the community is definitely absolutely split 50-50 as much as the negative seems to be prevailing, because there's a lot of content creators who are like, yeah, I still believe in the dev team. They're just under a lot of pressure and all this and that and the other thing.
They're not under pressure. They're fucking lazy. We got to get them out of here. We got to throw them in a wood chipper or something. We need to start weaponizing our small community that we've gathered here.
What's crazy, though, is that if they hadn't split from Activision like a year or two ago, Microsoft would have bought them out, and I'm wondering how different things would have been if that had happened at this point.
Yeah, from what I've been hearing, ever since they split from Activision, people thought like, oh boy, they're not like part of this big greedy company anymore. Things are going to get so much better for all of us, and things have just gone way downhill.
No, yeah, they got worse. Their budget, I think, definitely went down, and I'm pretty sure their competitive team also was dispatched after Activision left, because I think Activision supplemented that budget. So, yeah, it's not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, things are looking pretty rough over there.
Now, one more year of this.
As far as fucking some more little like gaming discussion goes here, I know that Tanner's very enthralled by this at the moment, so I'm going to pitch this question over to you right now, Tanner.
Okay. No, wait, hold on. I just want to say I love Destiny. It's my favorite game.
Okay. Who's your favorite character?
Tanner.
I love ᴃᵃ7.
6. That's a good answer regardless. He's best character in game. Anyway, go on, Nico.
Tanner, how do you feel about DLC in video games?
I don't know. That's such a broad question, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. They range from, like, predatory to pointless to really cool. So...
Let's say, like, DLC that, like, actually adds new content.
I get it. I mean, it depends on the content, you know. Like, like take a fighting game where they have a DLC character. That's cool. Yeah, that's a really neat piece of thing that I enjoy and think is worth existing. You know. Mm-hmm. Take a fucking I don't know whatever bullshit game where they just add new skins and shit.
We're removing that from the equation right now, Tanner. We're removing the skins and shit.
Well, that counts as content.
I'm talking like actual real content here, like new characters or like some like new missions or like some big new map and shit like that, you know?
I mean, yeah, I like that stuff. You know, I don't know, like, I'm trying to... Even then, it's like, there's such a wide gap in quality, I guess. Like think of the Breath of the Wild, the 2 DLCs they had for that. Those were they're kind of whatever. The boss fight at the end of one of them was really cool. That's about all I remember.
Yeah, I've kind of been thinking about this recently, and like even when it's like really good content that they're adding to something, like if it's a game that I've already beaten, I just don't really care that much at that point, because like, well, I beat the game. I don't want to fucking go back after all this time. Like, for example, Dark Souls 3. I fucking loved that game. The DLC for it is apparently phenomenal and some of the best content in the entire series. I never fucking played any of it because it came out like months after I beat the game. And by that point, I was like, well, why would I fucking bother, man? Why would I bother? And I'm scared the same thing's going to happen with Elden Ring here, because like they've been working on that shit for quite a while now, and it's apparently going to be really big and game-changing. But like, I'm kind of done with Elden Ring now, so like...
Am I crazy? I thought they said they weren't going to make DLC for Elden Ring.
No, they are. Yeah, they came out with like a big free DLC a while back for like PvP and shit like that. But yeah, they're also making like a big new area in it as well. That'll be coming out, I think, this year, maybe.
It's ᴃᵃ 2.
Yeah, there we go. Good old ᴃᵃ.
So your big issue with DLC is the time period in which they are released, not necessarily what they contain or how much they cost?
Yeah, exactly. Just like fucking... For example, if like I'm playing a game and like DLC has already come out for it like before I even picked it up, then it's fantastic. Then that's just more content for me to play through. But if it came out fucking after I already beat the game, I just don't care anymore. That's the big thing for me.
Okay.
I don't know. How do you guys feel?
I definitely am in the same boat. My big issue is, I think I counted the other day, the amount of games I need to beat and actually play that I've bought is well over 30. So I think that doesn't necessarily apply to me just because I have such a backlog of games. And I know for you, you kind of are really on top of it. Like, I just
been
recently...
blasting through Binding of Isaac recently. That's been my main crave.
Yeah, like, I just found out recently, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands has DLC. I found that out, like, last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't know how long it's been out, but I beat the game probably about a month or two ago. And I'm willing to go back and play it just because I actually genuinely enjoyed playing the game.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
People hated it.
I heard. I thought it was fun. I have a cracked build. It's really fun.
People hated that shit. Jackson, as our resident fucking multiplayer-only gamer here, how do you feel about it?
Very indifferent.
Fair.
The only game I play of any regularity, really, that has DLC is, like, Forza. And I bought the Ultimate Edition of that, so I don't even have to worry about that. I just get all that shit for free anyways. I don't... Over my head, I don't fucking give a shit.
Gotcha, okay.
I prefer to have stuff, you know... Like, I like free content updates and stuff like that. I don't like, you know, paying for stuff after the fact. And also, I'd like stuff to be free by default.
I think that's everybody's preference.
I think it's realistic that if you have stuff going on down the line, especially like larger things, like, I'm going to use Destiny as an example here because I don't really have anything else I can use. Destiny has like these large, sprawling expansions where they have like a ton of new content, you know, whole raids and shit. That's a lot of fucking effort. And I could, you know, some studios could pull that off, having that be free. But, like, you know, I see that there's, like, a lot of cost that goes into making something like that. So I can understand, you know, them charging a pretty penny for it, to say the least. So I don't know, I'm pretty indifferent about it overall. I don't really care. I think it makes sense in a lot of ways. Obviously, I'd like, from a consumer standpoint, it to be free. I'm a fucking fence sitter, as I am usually.
You motherfucker. Have a strong opinion on something already, Jackson.
No, damn it, no, I'm too nuanced.
Give us something that you have a strong opinion on that you refuse to back down from.
I hate Chinese people!
I have to bleep that out now, you piece of shit.
No, you don't. Why would you? They're not listening to this.
We don't know.
Tanner, we need their money.
Nah, fuck the CCP. All my friends
You
hate
motherfucker,
the CCP.
I have to bleep that out now, too.
No, you don't. Come on.
What do you think? The Chinese government's gonna show up and, like, cap you guys or something?
They're gonna... Listen, man, they started those fires in Hawaii with their satellite lasers. They're gonna aim lasers at our houses and kill us.
Nah, that's
Look, dude, I'm trying to get us up on Neko or whatever the fuck their system is called over there.
That's fucking Nico. That's Japanese.
Nico.
Yeah, I was about to say
WeChat?
that's Japan, my guy. Woof.
WeChat. That's what it's called over there.
I use WeChat.
I don't.
I use WeChat exclusively to talk to Chinese people.
Yeah, I downloaded one of those fucking things to talk to an Asian girl at one point.
How'd that go?
Line.
I slept with her and it was terrible, so I guess not well.
Was that the fucking cleaning wipes?
Yeah, that's the one.
Wait, how did you meet this girl?
I met her on, like, fucking Bumble or whatever, and then from there, she was like, what's your, like... she wouldn't, like, give me her phone number. She didn't have, like, any Western social media either. So she was like, fucking download, like, one of these Chinese things that we use to communicate with people.
QQ.
Huh?
Exactly.
Wait, so
I think it was WeChat is what I downloaded.
Okay.
It was one of those.
There were so many red flags in this situation.
Look, dude! Listen, buddy!
You know how it is, Tanner. When you want to get down, you gotta get down.
I guess.
Exactly.
It's not that hard, you guys. Come on.
Speaking of not that hard...
Okay.
Guys, we have 4 movies to review this week. I feel like we may as well just, like, hop on over to the old movie theater.
Oh,
don't you
why
think?
God.
Alright, are you feeling that? Unless,
You
Tanner,
don't want to do another 2-hour episode?
Yeah, last episode was pretty fucking long, and I felt like Watch of the movie is still like 2/3 of it.
Oh, it most certainly did.
We have Dylan that has to talk about all the movies he caught up with as well.
I only watched this week's. I didn't have to watch
never
the
mind
extras. But, however, that app that you set up is really convenient because I'm able to watch movies wherever I want. So
I'm a big fan that worked out in the end.
Mm-hmm.
it's a big life save. Too bad we didn't have it for Tanner.
No, I can use it.
Well,
I did use it.
before now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
Yeah, the only thing I need to do with that is I need to actually hook up to my server PC, because right now I'm just having my gaming PC running 24/7, which is not ideal.
Yeah.
But I'd have to do a lot of shit to get it on my server PC. Like, I'd have to get a bigger hard drive. I'd have to set up a constant VPN on it. It'd be a big fucking pain in the
what else
ass.
are you doing?
True.
Dude, I'm not trying to spend money on this shit. I need to do, like, actual server upgrades if I want to do it. But yeah, I'll get around to it eventually.
Yeah, I was about to say, you added a shit ton of movies. Like, there was, like, just a short list of movies that we had watched, and then, like, the ones we were going to, and then, like, out of nowhere, you added, like, 30 movies, and, like, movies
I think when I first added you to my Plex, I'm using Plex, by the way, because Plex is awesome, and I love you, Plex. Big fan of Plex.
Me too.
I think there's, like, 170 movies or something, and I'm at 208 now.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's insane.
Was it hard to set up?
No, it was surprisingly easy. I don't know, I was scared off doing it previously, and it took me so long to do it because I was initially planning on just doing it on my server computer from the start, which would have required a shit ton of effort. And you know, I just did it really quickly here. All you have to do is just download the installer for Plex, and then it just fucking does it. And then you just have to like select specific libraries you want to have it like point to. Like you can select like your pictures library, you know, and you can share your pictures across, you know, Plex. But yeah, I just selected, you know, my movies folder. I've got a folder for like anime series I have as well. And yeah, you can just share it with people. It was super easy. You just have the program running in the background and it just serves it.
Radical.
Yeah.
Speaking of Guapish at the movies, how long of the time frame did we say we would go for, like between like when we allow ourselves like re-rank some of our movies?
6 months.
We said about
half a
6
year.
months.
6 months, okay.
Why'd you say half a year? That was such a weird way of saying it.
It's the same thing. I don't know. It's the same thing.
I feel like half a year is actually more normal. I think us saying 6 months is a bit strange.
I don't know. I'm just rewording exactly what we had said.
I'm gonna be the fence sitter this time, guys. I think they're both just swell.
When was the last time we did it?
Yeah, like
It wasn't that
4th.
long ago.
Yeah, so we got some time here. We got some time. Definitely fucking eyeing some people's rankings, though. Some people need to get their shit together.
Dude, this motherfucker, he's looking at other people's rankings and he's like, oh, is it time to do the thing yet?
Look, dude.
I definitely look at some of mine and I'm like, hold on a second. I think this movie's around here, but I don't really agree with the rankings of some of these. The problem is I'm pretty deep into this now. We're almost at 100 fucking movies, and I'd have to do a large amount of refactoring at this point.
I can help with that, Jackson, honestly.
Not with like the code part, but like with like my rankings of each individual movie, with how I want to like. Oh, okay.
We would just have to make a list, and I can help get in there, do it.
Yeah, you guys got a whiteboard now.
Yes, sir.
True. Look, Tanner, I'm just saying, man. I think that some of these rankings, like some people are really just like, what? For example, Mr. Garakawa Restore the World B+ over here. What the fuck is up with that?
Did I rank it a B+?
You did, Dylan. We all ranked it in like the D's. What'd you like so much about that movie?
I don't remember.
That's fair. I still think that movie's fucking hilarious. That movie was really funny. Like the fucking war scene, you know, they're doing this happy stuff, and they just kind of seeing tragedies.
I definitely think your biggest issue, because this is one thing you preface so much during the episode, is like, yeah, they were supposed to be emotionless AIs, and why do they have emotions? They're not supposed to have feelings. They're not people, and you really latched onto that, and I just didn't care about that detail.
It's because it's true. It doesn't make sense.
Listen, man, AIs can be whatever they want in any. In anything.
That's not true. That's literally not true.
They were breaking the programming, baby.
That's what the A in AI.
Oh man, it's like they were told to be one thing, and then they realized they actually have a conscience, so they could fight against the machine.
Yeah, man, come on.
I'm playing devil's advocate here. I still rated it a D.
Aside of that, though, it's still just a really shitty movie. And speaking of shitty movies,
I think I know what the next one is.
Are you guys ready for Guapish at the movies?
Turn back the clock. Turn back the clock.
Oh yeah, that was a song from this week, wasn't it? I totally forgot about that.
It sure was.
And it's not the one we're talking about first. We're talking about our Patreon pick first, as we usually do.
Whoopsies.
The
Other Guys, yeah, the 2010 film, The Other Guys.
Whoa, who recommended that movie?
Someone, I don't know.
Hunter.
Here, I can check.
There you go, it was Hunter.
Oh yeah, it was. Check that out.
Yeah, thank you, Hunter, for recommending The Other Guys. If you want to be just like Hunter, you can subscribe to our Patreon right now, and you can recommend movies as well for us to watch. Ain't that crazy?
This is the first Will Ferrell movie I've ever watched like all the way through.
No way.
Really?
Yeah. Is this a good intro to Will Ferrell?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
A good of entry as any, I guess.
Yeah. Jackson, since this is your first Will Ferrell movie, would you like to give us the plot?
This movie's, yeah, sure, I'll try my best. Yeah, we've got, like, some badass cops that work for the station, right? They fucking jump off a building and kill themselves, and then these guys, you know, the other guys, as they say, they're kind of losers. They go off and try to start, you know, catching up on this case with, like, some, you know, financial fraud. They get caught in, like, this big whole scheme, basically what's going on. You know, they're trying to do their job. They're constantly getting thwarted by these other people that are, you know, doing nefarious deeds. Hijinks ensue, you know, explosions, jokes, more suicide. They convince the guy to kill himself, you know, the business. They catch the guy in the end, he kind of confesses, and then they stop this all from happening. By them stopping it, I mean somebody else, you know, two other dudes that, you know, take the place of the badasses at the start, steal the credit, and then the movie ends. It's pretty sick. Gator got his gat, you know. It's pretty sick. When that
Gator
fucking
don't play no shit.
Yeah, when they showed that scene, I had to, like, pause the movie, and I asked Nico, I was like, that where the quote comes from? And then Nico's like, where else would it come from? Like, I've heard it so many times. Like, you know, Gator got his gad, bitch, or something, whatever it is. I've heard it so often for some reason. Nico's like, why the fuck have you heard that often at all?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever fucking heard that line outside of the actual movie, so, like...
I've heard Hunter say it, so...
Oh, okay.
I don't know where I've heard it a lot, but I definitely knew that quote very vividly. Apparently, if I was keen on it enough to pause the fucking movie and question you about it.
Yeah, apparently the other guy's has a much larger cultural footprint than I recalled.
Yeah, apparently.
Dylan's fucking hiding behind his chair right now for some reason. He's not a big fan of the other guys.
Cut this audio out. I left my phone behind my PC. It has my notes on it.
Okay.
Very cool.
I thought the other guys was very funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I laughed like maybe 2 times.
Okay, well, that's approximately infinity times more than you usually do, Nico.
That's not true. I thought the Undercover Brother was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just because I have black people in it.
I definitely think this is one of the weaker comedies we've seen, but I also still think it was pretty funny. I like the originality of some of the jokes, but they definitely overused them. Like the fucking, you know, him being super hot to like hot chicks and like the fucking sex shit got pretty old pretty quickly, and they do a lot of things like that where they do the same joke over and over again. They kind of just like run it into the ground and stop making it funny pretty early on. But you know, I still thought it was a totally passable comedy for me. It was enjoyable at the very least. I thought it was going to be some fucking generic, you know, action film. I was wrong, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I like that they paid Samuel L. Jackson and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who knows how much money, and then, you know, had them kill themselves.
Yeah, that caught me so off guard when I saw that happen. It's like, no fucking way. They just jumped off the building.
The whole funeral was pretty funny. And the funeral and the reception scenes I thought were funny. Like, it was a 20-foot... There wasn't even an awning or any... I don't...
Yeah, they said, like, we gotta aim for the bushes or whatever during that part.
There was
no...
Yeah, but you don't know that till, like, the camera pans just so slightly downward to see a 4-way intersection, so, you know.
Yeah.
All that heat, it just got to them at a certain point, you know? They were a little too hard-boiled.
Yeah. I don't think it was eventually. I think they've always been hard-boiled, Nico. That was the issue.
We don't know that. We only see them, like, right before they die.
Listen, man,
we don't know what they were like at the beginning of their careers. They could have been, like, little soft boys.
Dude, they crashed a car into a double-decker bus and then continued to hijack the double-decker bus, used it to drift, to run into a taxi, to launch the car out of the bus, to launch it into the criminal's car, and then proceeds to blow up, like, a bank or something.
Yeah, and at the beginning of their careers, they were just trying to chase perps around on mopeds, Dylan.
We don't know that.
Like,
we don't know that.
It just got to him at a certain point.
You know, and then we yada over the part where, like, yeah, we may have caused $12 million in property damage, but, like, who really wanted it, or, like, however that line went, and then everybody cheered. I'm like, I don't understand.
That was the joke!
Yeah, I was hit and miss on the humor in this movie, to be completely honest.
I will say, this movie is a lot more, like, awkward humor than I was expecting it to.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. This straight up just cringe humor throughout half of it. which really caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Like the ballet scene, very stand out for that. Like, dear God, this is like hard to watch.
Bro, I mean, it's just like he knows all
he
these.
He really loves you.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of that, honestly.
I know this comment has been made during Guapish at the movies before. How did we feel about Eva Mendes not being the badass in like some kind of action movie?
Who?
Eva Mendes, the Will Ferrell's wife.
That was Salma Hayek, you idiot.
What? No way. I definitely looked this up before.
Salma Hayek, she's in the new season of fucking Black Mirror, and they make a big deal out of it. Anyway, so speaking of his wife, what'd you guys think of her?
She was alright, I guess.
She was sufficiently hot for the joke to make sense.
What? Yeah. It is Eva Mendes, you idiot!
Huh?
It is Eva Mendes, you idiot!
Okay, but look up a picture of Salma Hayek and tell me they don't look similar.
How do you
I think Salma Hayek looks considerably older than her. I also think she's much shorter. Anyway,
there she is.
I liked Mark Wahlberg's girl more.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're wrong, but...
Look, dude.
You're allowed to have opinions.
She is conventionally less attractive, you're entitled to your own opinion.
I'm not a big fan of, like, the sexy women, I like them cuties.
Oh, okay.
He likes him in the 6 out of 10 range.
Oh, okay.
6 to 7. Once they're pushing 8, it's over. They're too hot.
Not true. Jackson, are you saying that cute girls can't be 10s?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely not.
They can't.
I think the point of a girl being cute is the fact that, they have specific facial features and things of that nature. It's not like entirely just like the way they act or like, dress or whatever. Their physical characteristics, and I think there's a big separation on like some super hot 10 out of 10 chick and some like 6 out of 10 pushing 7 out of 10 girl that's still an attractive woman, but she's cute, she's not hot.
I feel like this is all subjective.
Hard to say.
This is objective. We should
we should have an episode where we break down the 1 out of 10
we should
scale.
get a collection of like like a bunch of like famous actresses or whatever and figure out their objective ratings or something.
That'd be fun. We all rate them.
I still feel like it would be subjective because everybody has their own interests.
Well, yeah, that's where we're going to average all of our opinions and find the objective rating for them.
Oh, okay, well, I guess you say it that way.
Yeah, if you average out 4 subjective opinions, you arrive at an objective answer. That's the whole point of the Guapish at the Movies tier list.
Yes, sir. We need more people rating them, and then it just gets even more accurate over time.
Yeah. This girl has like a fucking negative ccantile. Yeah, she's like a 4, I'd say. I don't even know why Scarlett Johansson is considered so attractive.
I thought people like negative cantile.
What the heck?
What the fuck are you guys
talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about?
Negative cantile is like when your eyes, like the way your eyes are positioned, they like, it droops like downward on the outside. That's negative cantile tilt. Positive cantile tilt would be like when they point up, kind of like cat eyes.
Oh. So
anyways,
basically me.
The Other Guys was a very funny movie.
It's a very silly movie with some silly moments.
My last comment here is definitely the jokes on this movie are terrible. So I guess that's where I ended up at the end of the movie.
Bummer. Too many sex jokes for you, Dylan?
I don't remember. There was really only sex joke. No, never mind. There were sex jokes throughout the whole thing.
There was a lot of sex jokes in this movie.
Lot, yeah.
I guess there was that one part where we was watching hentai. I have that note.
There was a point when he was watching hentai. I missed that.
It was Michael Keaton sitting in the office, and they like walk in, and all you hear coming from the computer that he's slowly shutting is like some anime chick talking in a really high pitched voice.
I missed that. Brutal.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Did you miss that his son is bisexual though?
Going to Best Buy to pay for his bisexual son to have his journey through college to figure himself out
and become a DJ.
Oh yeah,
that joke was about Skrillex.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was a Skrillex joke.
2010 was like the Skrillex era.
Interesting. Anyway, do we have any other thoughts, or can we get to the ranking?
No, I think that's about it. I'll start us off here. I think that this film is like... Come back to me, actually. I haven't considered this very deeply.
Okay, Jackson, what do you...
I give this movie a B-. I think it was still pretty funny. Still, relatively generic for what it is. I don't think the cinematography or the acting was anything that great, that crazy good. But, it was an enjoyable film. I don't think it was a bad film. B-. Above that. Okay. Above average movie.
Okay.
Obviously, I enjoy life more than you guys, so I'm giving this movie an A. I thought it was very funny.
Oh, okay. How's about it, Nico? You come to your conclusion yet?
I'm floating between C+ and B- for me.
Okay.
Let's flip a coin. Why not?
Dude, just join the dark side. Just always pick my ranking.
Let's not necessarily do that. Like, hang on. Let's have the coin decide what's it gonna be.
Oh god, he's using Google.
Heads, B-. You win this time, Jackson.
There we go.
I always win.
Jackson shifts the odds in his favor yet again. I'm gonna give this movie a B+. Average all these out, I guess.
And Dylan, what do you know? The movie ends up at a B+ overall.
Crazy.
Whoa.
And you know what else is crazy?
The next Others? We were about to talk about?
Yeah, I guess The Others.
The Others, Nico's pick?
The Others?
The other movie?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, I guess.
I thought it was very silly. I'm happy things panned out that way. So, The Others, guys. The Others. I think this one was pretty grand. I'm just gonna come right off the cuff and say it right now. This movie is pretty dang good. So The Others is a film about a cute little family. There's a mother. She's got her little nuclear family minus the husband. She's got a little boy, a little girl, and her husband is off to war. He's a fucking soldier.
Well, he's dead.
Tanner.
Spoilers.
Tanner.
We don't learn that until the end, dickhead.
No, she very clearly says he's dead.
No,
she doesn't.
She says he's off at war.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
The war is over.
She just has her suspicions. She said she hasn't heard back.
Yeah, but clearly she's implying that she knows he's dead.
We don't know what's going on there yet, man.
It's a little hint, man. It's a little hint about what's happening, dude. You're spoiling it.
You need to have more hope in your life, Tanner.
And then the others show up, okay? There's this fucking lady, as well as some old dude, and then a fucking mute chick who come in there, and they're like, hey, we want to become your maids or whatever, so, keep the house all clean. And so she figures, why not? Let's go for it. However, this house has some rules, okay? This house is pretty old, and they have some rules going around here. Every door must be shut. You can't have, one door open with another door open at the same time. They all must be shut. As well as you can't have any light coming in, because the little baby boy and girl, they're, fucking photosensitive or some shit. They'll immediately die if they're exposed to sunlight, and that's no good. And so from there, we kind of, things are getting a little creepy after these people show up, there start being some spooky things happening around the house. The little girl says that she's seeing some ghosts and shit. And, it starts to be, really up in the air as to whether or not, all these strange things happening are, actual ghosts. Maybe it's, these strange new people who are doing something. Maybe the lady's just going crazy and she's losing her mind. But as the film continues, you slowly start to piece some things together. These others, these people, they're fucking dead. They're ghosts. That's weird, right? And then shortly after that, we find out that this family, who we've been following this whole time, they were dead too. This lady, she murdered her children and then committed suicide. What the fuck? The specters we've been hearing about throughout the whole movie, they were real people. They weren't the ghosts at all. Our main characters were the ghosts. What the fuck? That's crazy. And the movie ends.
Boo! Shutter Island did it better. Boo!
Shutter Island came out after this.
Boo!
So that's The Others, guys. I enjoyed this film a lot. I think it was a fantastic film. I think, quite frankly, it's the best horror movie we've seen so far.
I can agree.
Really?
With that. I can see what the other horror
by
movies
far.
Yeah, I will say for sure, a lot of the notes that I have, right off the bat here is, the movie does a really good job setting up suspense and, the environment. And, just introducing the mystery aspect straight away. I was already immediately trying to piece together the conclusion, oh, these kids are just vampires, and this lady, she's here, all the time, every day, always watching her kids because she knows they're vampires, and she takes care of them, and she constantly gets, new house servants to, make sure they stay fed. And that's why they're, photosensitive, because, what other conclusion are you gonna draw? You got, things that are sensitive to light,
Slight addendum, by the way. I forgot we watched The Thing.
Oh, yeah, that actually, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think The Thing's better than this movie, but it's definitely really, really high up there.
Oh, yeah, easy. What else? I don't know if it was just me trying to spot CGI. Was there CGI in this movie? I felt like it was like the background was CGI'd sometimes, especially outdoors. Did you guys catch that at all?
Probably the fog.
Yeah, I was like, every time they showed like shots of outside, it was kind of like, it was very mid. Like, it was enough for me to be like, all right, that for everything else,
these outdoors are mid.
I
appreciate that she has a gun.
Right.
You don't see that too often in a horror movie.
No.
I'm like, oh, hey, she's gonna take actions to actually protect herself. That's cool.
Yeah, she was strapped and she was ready to take people down if she needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought the old lady was, like, the witch or whatever, because, like, the little girl was talking about something like witch, like, on her drawing or whatever, and I was like, oh, these people must have showed back up because they're trying to complete a ritual, so this old lady must be the witch, and, like, the other two are, like, her ghost helpers or whatever, and that's how this thing played out. Which ended up not being true at all, as Nico explained, but, yeah, I thought the whole, like, twist at the end where it's like, oh, by the way, the family's been dead this whole time, and the voices and, like, the I don't remember who Victor, I think was the kid's name, was, like, the living child the whole time. And I think, I ended up telling somebody at work, I was like, you know, I've seen, like, because he'd barely seen the movie. And I was like, to be completely honest, this movie probably has the best twist ending that I've ever seen in my life. Mostly just because I can usually predict a movie's ending, like, once I'm near the end. But this one completely threw me for a loop, and I really enjoy it when movies can do that. So, good stuff.
I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So, given the twist and what we now know, how did Victor touch the boy?
What do you mean?
In that one scene, the girl says to Victor, "Victor, touch my brother so he knows he's real." And then we see him actually touch him.
I mean, we don't actually see him touch him.
Yeah, we do. We see his hand, and then
we
he touches
see
it.
a hand. That could have just been the sister.
Yeah,
it was in, like, blue boy pajamas.
At the same time, though, like, the people who were, like, looking at the house, or I guess they actually already lived there because they were debating whether or not they should just sell it.
Inconclusive, Tanner. I'm assuming it's just a sister, and you're going crazy.
Anyway, so what I want to say about the twist, I agree, very cool, very interesting, very unique. I kind of wish they did more with it. I wish they played around with it more, because really, like, once they reveal the twist, they kind of don't do anything with it anymore, and the movie just ends.
I mean, what more is there to do with it?
You're kind of
I kind of would be more interested for them to play around with the idea of, okay, we're, like, in the past, there's present people, we're getting fucked with this, that, and the other.
I mean, I think that was, like, the idea they were trying to portray at the end, because, like you said, like, the movie kind of ends. I think when they revealed that it was just this medium trying to communicate to the family, like, everything unravels, like, extremely quickly, and so, like, we're to believe that all the stuff that they were doing throughout the movie is, like, happening in the real world. We just didn't see it from, like, the present-day experience kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what gave the twist ending more impact, is like, oh, so maybe, like, this family doing everything they were doing, and, like, all the times that the real people were interacting with the ghosts, that was just happening, like, reverse, and it's supposed to be one big mind-blow moment at the end. I think is what they were going for.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, Tanner, I feel like the movie blows its load at the appropriate time. I really don't think there was much more they really should have done after that. Like, you know, we get it at that point, man. We get it. We don't need to see, like, the family, like, try and scare these people out. They seem sufficiently scared, and, like, they're just going to get out of there at that point.
I do question, like, the only thing I really have a question with this movie is when the original dead people, you know, like the old woman and the man and the mute, they're, like, in their, you know, their shack outside, and they're talking about, you know, they don't want to, like, reveal to the woman that she's dead already because that, you know, break her fucking mind. But they're talking about if, like, the husband knows. What were they referencing with that? Or, like, if the husband is, like, figuring out what's going on?
I think that was just a bit they put in. To me, that part didn't have any substance, because what I basically got from that is he was there, he was not there, like, mentally, and then he was just gone. And I think he was, like, stuck in his own... Because, like, I'm assuming that these people are stuck in their form of purgatory. So my only assumption is that he's stuck in his own realm of purgatory, where he's just kind of wandering the battlefields of the war, this, like, endlessly. So that's kind of the conclusion I drew with him. And so he's just kind of there, but he's like, I gotta go to war, and that's all he knows. And he just just repeats that cycle for eternity.
Pizza.
Repeats.
I was very much so of the mindset that he's like just kind of accepted his death at that point. That's why he left.
I mean, I was talking about specifically what the old people were talking about in reference to him. Like, they're not trying to, like, reveal what's going on to the woman, but, like, why are they asking if, like, the husband specifically? Because he came out of nowhere and they, were aware of him. And they're,
I think
trying
they were
to
just
fit him into their plan, basically.
Well, yeah, I think he was just a factor they weren't expecting. Like, they were like, even when the lady was leaving to go find the priest, they're like, oh, she won't make it far in that fog. So clearly they weren't really expecting her to, like, make it anywhere, but also, if she, she'd just come back empty-handed. But when they realized that she was coming back with the husband, they're like, oh, maybe this could be bad for us. But then it ended up being nothing. So I think it was kind of brushed off.
I don't know why they even think it'd be a bad thing in the first place. I mean, it's only a matter of time that this is all revealed to them. Yeah. Like, I guess they're going to be living with each other for, like, the rest of eternity, I suppose. So I don't really know why they care that much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's a very sensitive subject. I feel like they need to treat it with, like, a bit of care here, especially since the lady already seems to be going a bit crazy as is.
What are the rules that determine, like, who becomes a ghost? Like, why was it only those 3 people and none of the other people in the book?
I think it was implied the other people were also ghosts. They just weren't visually present.
I figured it was just because they did something bad. Like, the mom killed her fucking kids, then killed herself, so I can imagine why she'd
Why would
still,
the kids be stuck there then?
Well, because it was a very traumatic experience for them as well. They obviously don't remember it even happening, so, like...
Yeah, and then I don't know, the other people probably did something fucked up too. I don't know, they, like, had an orgy or something with the family.
But, I think they said they died of tuberculosis, so...
Yeah, fuck them, man. They had long lost memories of this house.
Off topic here, by the way, real quick. Tanner.
Yeah.
You look exceptionally older with your current hairdo and shit.
Do I?
Yeah, like a good deal older.
I feel like I usually I look younger because I'm, like, shaved.
Well, I feel like it goes the reverse order if you do it to your hair, though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You look like an old man right now to me.
I definitely would not go that far, but I definitely would say you look older than when you had your hair, even like with a mustache too. I think that the facial hair makes you look younger, but the no head hair makes you look older.
For sure.
All right, I'll screenshot and place in the episode for the folks at home.
Okay.
Hold on. Why'd you agree to that?
Well, I guess we're all here now. We've all been blasted.
Why were there holes next to the doors?
I'm assuming there were holes next to the doors, just like they could peek out and like make sure that like none of the other doors were open or something like that, you know?
I never even noticed that.
Yeah, I was constantly questioning that. I guess that was like the mom cut them when they were still alive.
She's like partially psycho. When your kids have like debilitating illnesses like that, that just completely changes your mentality.
Yeah, she's under like an unbelievable amount of stress while her fucking husband's going off to like in a war and died. You know, she's got kids that are fucking crazy and they're, she's, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Potentially could have also just like been there so she can spy on them.
Potentially.
Yeah. Be like, are you touching yourself right now, you piece of shit? The Lord doesn't want you to be doing that.
Also true.
Idle hands.
Makes devil's work.
Exactly. But then again, like fucking... when you don't have like any electricity or like not allowed to go outside or anything like that, like what else are you going to do with your time?
Schoolwork.
You can only do schoolwork for so long, man.
Anyway.
Off to the rankings. I'll start her off this time around since I actually know the rank I'm going to give to it. I'm going to give an A+.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Dude, I got actual chills when they revealed that shit.
That's the same rank you gave to the thing.
It is.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a B.
Tanner, why?
I just thought it was okay.
What's the rhyme or reason behind your rankings, dude? What's going on
it didn't really impress me as much as it impressed you guys,
Fucking
apparently.
Jurassic Park 2 impressed you more than this movie?
Is that true?
Yes.
What? There's no way you ranked
you know
it.
that,
What did you rank Jurassic Park 2? Hold on a second.
The T-Rex trailer attack scene was really cool, man. I was just I definitely was more into that movie, so...
Tanner, do you think you're a very simple-minded person?
No.
That's definitely
I'm the smartest one here.
There we go.
You say that, and yet, Tanner, what's happening there, dude? What's going on?
Oh,
I don't
look
know.
at that.
A B+?
Even I gave it a worse ranking. What?
I think there's a lot more going on in Jurassic Park: A Lost World than this movie.
You need to see that.
That's true.
If we watched an hour and a half of explosions going off and like people
whatever, man. I enjoyed that one more than this one. Okay.
Maybe we did need like a fidget spinner tutorial or something in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen this time around for you, Tanner.
Oh man.
Shut up.
Anyways, I'm going back around to the other side of that ranking spectrum. I'm giving it an A- myself.
Ooh.
I thought it was pretty solid. I definitely wish they did a little more with it, but it's nothing major.
Man, I thought this was a pretty solid movie, and I enjoyed it a decent bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and top this little ranking off with an A+.
Whoa.
I think this is the first time that me and Nico have been... Well, not the first time we've been concisive on
Definitely not
ranking.
the first time.
Yeah, definitely not the first
But it
time.
is still rare regardless.
True,
That's
and that puts us at a solid A, which is,
There we
again,
go.
pretty
I
good,
can appreciate
Not too
that
shabby.
ranking.
Yeah, that is, in fact, it's one rank higher than Waxwork.
Thank God.
Pretty good.
Speaking of
Waxwork.
waxwork, though, we're moving on to Jackson's pick of the week, Metropolis.
Oh, dear God.
Wow.
Now, Tanner, I'm assuming you fucking loved this movie, dude, so how about you give her a little summary here?
I don't know if I'd say I love it.
Oh, man.
You seem like you would love this movie.
I want to see
I'm
if
the
you can
only-
give this a summary, because I was kind of lost.
I'm the only person that's seen this movie before. I saw it in a history of film class.
Oh, God.
This film is a piece of German expressionism.
I want to call it a piece of junk, personally.
This style of movie has a name, right? Where it's
German expressionism.
No.
The thing I just said.
It's a silent film.
Oh, okay. So it's just, I was mainly talking about where it's like video, no talking, and then you just get a frame of words.
Yeah, silent film.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
they call those talkies.
No, they didn't.
They definitely don't.
That's not until they could talk. Idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
We call them reedies.
The basic plot is you have, this city of the future, this utopia, Metropolis, and it's got you got your poor people that are like running the machines and the infrastructure shit in the city, and then you got your rich people, and they're like literally prancing around in gardens and like fucking whores and shit like that, and this young aristocrat, he becomes disillusioned with his way of life, and he discovers the working class, and he takes up their struggle, and then there's some mixed messages based on what's happening, but like they do start sort of an uprising. The rich people are also, they're gonna make robots that'll replace the working class people, and the working class, they will like rise up, but then it's like the system starts crumbling, and then they realize, well, fuck, when we start working, it's our shit that gets destroyed. That's not good. And then they stop that, and
then like the Whore of
over.
Babylon shows up.
Yeah, the robot replaces the girl. The girl.
The stick behind the robot is that like their elites are trying to start an uprising to basically like take more control over the society. So they create basically like the prophet of the poor people. They create a replica of her so that they can manipulate them into starting an uprising, which they can then quell and take more control over everything.
Or something.
I looked up a few things about this, trying to just figure out what the fuck was going on. That's what my takeaway was. They're trying to just do that so they can manipulate the people more, which
Just
is what
like
happened.
today.
What we saw. Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, I think this movie is pretty neat. It's a piece of history, really. The
I think I
story
overall view it similar to how I view Fritz the Cat.
For better or for worse, I suppose.
The story is somewhat novel, considering it was made in 1927. There is one really, really cool thing in here that actually like jumped out to me, and that's when
the biblical imagery.
One of them, yeah. That's the scene. It's when our main character guy he gets down to where the workers are for the first time, and he's checking things out. And then there's that big accident at the machine, and he has this vision where it turns into Moloch, and you have the workers that are like marching into its mouth like human sacrifices, whatever. I watched that, I'm like, man, that is like a better. That's like a better like visual analogy to express some like distaste in capitalism than like anyone has done in the last 100 years since.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I was not aware that was a vision. I thought that's actually happening in the movie.
You thought, what?
Yeah.
How do you think it turned back into just a machine?
This movie did a lot of wacky things, Tanner.
Great question, dude. Great question.
No, it was a metaphor, you dumbass.
You look away for 1 second, it's gone.
Why were there like people in Aztec costumes at one point before the workers started marching in?
I assumed that like the machine breaking down opened up like some sort of like portal to hell or some shit. That's what I assumed was happening.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a very visually cool scene and does a good job communicating some, social messages and stuff.
Apparently, could have done it better. Overall, I think this movie is really fucking boring.
Yeah.
Tanner's rolling his eyes right now, but it's to be expected. This is from a much earlier time, and, around here, we very much so abide by the idea of old, bad, new, good. So, yeah, Metropolis, maybe try a little harder and be made in a more modern time, okay?
What a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, I can appreciate all the things this movie does. Obviously, it was super revolutionary for its time. Like, the way they did the set design and all, like, the special effects and shit were super, super ahead of their time. And it's really impressive to see all this shit happening, in the 1920s, which is crazy. Super long, almost 100 years ago. But yeah, this movie, it was definitely, it's a different time. This movie really fucking lags in a lot of spots. Scenes just hang on for a very long time and just totally waste your fucking time. The acting wasn't that great, to be honest. There's many scenes that were just like baffling to watch. Like the scene that really stands out to me in that is when Mary, or whatever her name is, like running away from the dude that's trying to capture her, and she's like they're literally shining like the light directly on her, and she's just like trying to like not get seen or something, and she's like convulsing at the thought of like being caught or something as it like fall on her.
It's stage acting. They're trying to communicate emotions. It needs to be
overacted, Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. I thought it was stupid.
They can't use words. They need to express how they feel with their body movements, dude.
It also doesn't help that the version of this movie you put on the Plex server did not have the English translations for the title cards.
I downloaded the one I could, so yeah, you can turn on subtitles.
Did you not have English subtitles?
Did you not have subtitles on?
No.
Oh, Lord.
And he enjoyed it more than us. That's the one.
I didn't think subtitles would do anything.
Yikes. What do you mean you didn't think subtitles? Can you read German?
Listen, man, I didn't. I thought my assumption was subtitles only apply to spoken words.
Yeah, no, basically just put whatever the word said underneath it. But, yeah, and then, I don't know, like, when the Mary was doing the goofy-ass dance, it was just supposed to look sexy or something.
Bro,
I was cracking up. Like, she was, like, hitting the fucking gritty and shit. It was super fucking crazy looking, and then, like, it cuts to the guys, the effect of, like, all the eyes and stuff was pretty cool, but when they're actually just, like, showing the guys, ogling her, looked fucking hilarious, like,
literal animals. Yeah, I literally have... Huh?
Ridiculous. Yeah, there's a lot of things that really just do not stand the test of time, but I appreciate a lot that this movie was doing for its era.
Yeah.
I kind of just assumed she was like casting a spell on him or something,
Okay,
and that's why she was like being all weird and they were reacting that way.
And it was a robot for one thing, so I don't know how that would work, but
it's a magic robot.
I definitely put in my notes what the fuck is this dancing scene, so I completely relate with you there, Jackson. I'm looking through my notes here, and the only positive thing I think I said about this movie out of any of it is the movie score is incredible. Other than that, I don't really have anything positive to say about this movie. One of the things is they literally forgot the children, even though I'm pretty sure they're like, do we have all the men, women, and children going up? And they're like, yeah, everybody's here, there's nobody left. And then, the entire underground proceeds to flood, in which, somehow 3 adults managed to get all the kids above ground because somehow it's that down there flooding. Also, the robot...
What they really forgot was the color. Like, why is it in black and white? What's up with that, guys?
Maybe because it was filmed in 1927.
They did an event color then.
Was it kind of weird that also the film was, sped up in, 80 to 90% of the whole thing? Was it just
They did speed it up a lot.
I felt like it was, a majority...
Ass.
Yeah. It was just really... I put here, my first note... This is probably a really terrible note to have, but I said this movie looks horrifically doctored. And that was for just many reasons. Just the fact of, telling where the film roll begins and ends. Because, like, I distinctly remember, like, this one scene where he's, like, up on, like, this high-rise or whatever. Because he, like, ran up to, like, go, you know, find somebody or do something. I don't remember exactly what it was. And he's, like, in between the cars, and then all of a sudden he, like, jumps to him being, like, on the edge of, like, the freeway, looking over, like, the edge. And just stuff like that. I don't really know if I have... yeah, I put this movie as symbolism for something, but I definitely don't know what.
Capitalism.
I kind of figured that's what it was. I
think it's more like industrialization, but whatever.
Which would have made sense back in
the gap between the working and upper class.
The main character getting his ass beat by an old man. I thought that was pretty funny.
Tanner, because of this film's messaging, shouldn't you, like, hate it, though?
No, I think it is more like a message about, like, industrialization, whatever. And, like, I don't think the upper class, like, they don't particularly, in my opinion, get depicted as being, like, useless or, like, evil, really. I mean, there's the mad scientist guy, but aside from it, like, when we first see him, it is those guys in business suits, and they're like fucking frantically doing all these calculations I guess they have to do to keep the city running and whatever. Yeah. It's not like this really immature, just like, all rich people bad.
Well, we see them ogling that woman, meaning they're deviant, so we shouldn't look at them highly.
We see the poor people do that too.
Yeah, what's your fucking point, Tanner?
The rich people are depicted with devil horns, bro. They wear goat heads throughout the whole movie.
I will say...
I don't recall that.
I did give this movie the benefit of the doubt and acknowledge the fact that it was from the late 20s. I didn't hate the movie. I did think it was incredibly boring. And I do think they did the best with what they had. But unfortunately, it just wasn't appealing to me. So, all in all, that's just my general thought on the movie.
I'll tell you what, though. I can't wait to watch the other Metropolis. That shit'll be sweet.
Yeah, it was one for like 2001 or something, right? Is that what it was?
Yes, sir. I think that was the one that I was supposed to pick in the first place. Again, I can't remember. It was basically a toss-up.
Definitely animated.
I don't even know if it was. I can't remember. I watched some like YouTube video that was talking about like maybe the history of movies or something. I think this was the one I was supposed to pick of the two Metropolises, because in my list I just had Metropolis. I didn't have the year. Yep. I'm happy we got this one down anyways. I mean, it's a piece of film history.
It's a piece of junk is what it is.
Yeah, it's the oldest movie we've seen by 50 fucking years.
Well, I don't think we'll get an older movie, will we?
Probably
There's so many older
movies. 50 years.
God.
It'd be like a little less than 40 because of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a 50s movie. Check that out.
Yeah. Tanner's going to make that gap even smaller, though, when he
Planet
picks
of the Apes was great, though. I liked Planet of the Apes. That was a great movie.
Planet of the Apes was a lot better than this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Planet of the Apes is also boring, but say la vie.
Anyways, any final thoughts? Alright, I'm gonna kick us off. I was pretty mixed on this movie. I definitely think it was really fucking boring. It does not stand the test of time very well. But I appreciate what it was doing for its time. I'm giving this movie a D.
Dude, I'm liking that D. I'm gonna hand you another one. We're gonna give Tanner a couple of D's right here, and he's gonna give us the A.
Anyways, I'm gonna give it a C.
Oh, an average.
That doesn't work with my analogy at all.
Surprising. Yeah, I'm gonna round it out and give this movie a D minus. I didn't give it an F because it was not a terrible movie.
Crazy. And that puts us at a D plus. Congratulations, guys. It's not terrible.
We still need a F tier.
No, film buffs are never going to take our opinion seriously after this one. No. We blundered our reputation in the film critic community.
With this one. Hold on a sec.
We have a few people who gave fucking Nacho Libre an S, Jackson. I feel like you need to
Listen, man, I've got a lot of respect for our ranks. I think we are generally pretty good at our job here.
Yeah. Just because you don't like Jack Black doesn't mean you gotta take it out on the ratings, man. Come on.
Like, we give Sky High a C minus. I think we're doing all right.
Yeah.
We didn't let nostalgia win that time.
Yes, sir.
What's the last movie we gotta talk about?
Speaking of nostalgia.
Tanner, lay it on to us.
Oh, we watched We're Back, a dinosaur story.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I forgot we watched this one until you said that.
This is the last one we watched, too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the second one I watched.
Oh, no, we watched We're Back last, that's right.
So, plot of We're Back. So you got some dinosaurs. They're given some brain grain.
Yeah.
Brain. It makes them smart. They can talk, and they're kind of goofy now. And then this inventor guy is like, hey, you want to go to, like, the fucking 70s or some shit and go... Nah, it's probably, like, the 90s. Who knows? Go to New York in present day and, like, hang out. And they're like, sure. And then they just kind of wander around the city and get into various hijinks for about 40 minutes, and then the movie ends. There's a confrontation with the bad guy at the circus, but, like... That also just kind of ends.
Yeah, this movie's kind of straightforward.
I will say, I was shocked at how, like, stacked the, like, cast and stuff is for this movie.
Yeah, that's Sully from Monsters, Inc.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I was fucking looking at the cast list when we had initially booted this movie up, and yeah, I was fucking baffled. Like, they had Jay Leno playing the little alien.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Also, this movie doesn't make any sense. So, like, this feels like it was supposed to be, like, a part...
A good movie.
No, it feels like it was supposed to be a part of, like, an educational children's show, because they got this, like, inventor dude, he's got this machine that tells him wishes, he can, like, travel back and forth in time and also go in space. I'm like, this feels like the setup for a show where it's this dude and he's going around and he's doing educational nonsense for children, but then it's like a movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why is there an alien? Where'd the alien come from? What the fuck is, huh?
He's his assistant.
What is he, though?
He's
Where did he come
from?
This doesn't make any sense.
What I thought didn't make any sense is that when they're fucking, you know, they pick up the dinosaurs initially, they're fucking, like, little cranky dealy, it's set to the present. Uh-huh. And so when they go to the 90s or whatever the fuck, that's, like, near future. So, like... Is it implying that the present is actually like fucking Jurassic era or some shit? What's happening there, dude? I don't get it.
Oh, I see.
I don't think I'm picking up what you're putting
Where
down.
is now?
That's hilarious. No, that's very strange.
I don't recall this.
Maybe it's like it works like Endgame time travel, where wherever you are, no matter where, is the present.
Guess so.
Who knows?
I guess maybe.
Also, I thought it was weird that this movie opens with, like... It's like this bird, and he's fucking, like, edgy and whatever, and then the dinosaur, he's playing golf, and I'm like, oh, what? Huh? What?
I knew I was in for a trip when I saw that introduction, man.
Very strange. I don't know. Was the animation good?
I thought it was...
I mean, like, it was fine, but...
Okay.
I think
it's a Don Bluth film.
Better.
It's going to be at least fine. And also, speaking of the cast, by the way, here real quick, they were just kind of okay as well. They didn't really feel like they were... doing their best here at all, despite, like, you know, the big names here.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, by the way, the fucking, like, museum lady, she was terrible. I hated every moment she was on screen because her voice was awful.
That's funny. Also, that contract, or Professor Screw
that entire scene was so fucking stupid.
That contract would not be legally enforceable. You can't... No one would back him up on that. He's acting like, no, they got the contract, and the dinosaurs are like, fuck, a contract?
Yeah, he keeps talking about this contract, and he never really explains anything about it.
Yeah.
You're just supposed to be like, well, it, like, activated from his blood, and then it just filled itself in. So there must be nefarious things going on there. But it's just like, I have a contract now, okay?
He does treat it like a normal... It's like, no, like... He turned them into monkeys. Take that before a judge, and he'd be like, "No, you can't sign away your right to be a human being." You know?
Yeah. And the little girl was like freaking out. She was like, "What are you doing? You can't just sign that thing anyway." Yeah, let's just like get my name on there as well now. Even
She's down bad, dude.
I've just seen that this is a very fucking demonic thing, but I don't care.
I thought the romance between Louie and little girl was kind of cute.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely have in my notes, like my last note is like, why did this feel like a standard contract signing experience? More so in the form of a joke. There was a lot of like convenient. Like,
you should put it in the form of a funny joke.
Anyway, we're moving on past that. I thought it was like really weird how the wish machine also just kind of acted on convenience magic. Like there was this like 5 to 10 minute portion of the movie where everything that everybody was wishing for just happened to be coming true.
Dude! The girl got the Thanksgiving hat!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I was so pumped when that happened.
what the fuck is a Thanksgiving hat?
You saw it, man. What's the confusion about?
I also have, like, in here, why did so many kids, like, specifically wish for dinosaurs? Like, it's such a weird... Like, this movie, it was, like, basically just setting itself up for plot, which I thought was a really weird thing to do.
That's almost like how movies work.
I know, but it's just a really specific call-out, and then, the dinosaurs actually show up, and then...
I feel like it's pretty common for kids to be into dinosaurs.
Yeah, I believe what
totally
Jackson said when we were watching the movie is a lot of these kids must have autism.
When did this movie come out? Was it 1997?
Something like that. Yeah, 93. It was the same year as Jurassic Park. That's why Jurassic Park was on the movie theater.
Wait, I thought Jurassic Park was earlier than that, wasn't it?
No, they were the same year.
Oh.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
They might have been both 93, I think.
Jurassic Park was 97. This movie was 93.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Wait, what?
It predicted Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that doesn't make it. It was produced by Steven Spielberg.
I might have the year wrong in my
that doesn't
on the
make any
website
sense.
for the original Jurassic Park.
Oh
yeah, I do have it wrong. Yeah, they're both 93. Oops.
Oh, okay.
And I had 2 Jurassic Park films with the wrong year. Then let's go.
That makes so.
Wait,
much
no, I was clicking on the
more
wrong
sense.
fucking Jurassic Park. I was clicking on the second one. God damn it!
Oh,
no way.
I have it right.
And
Yeah, but other than that, it was just like I have like weird like plot issue things where it's like there's no way they're getting these big ass dinosaurs through New York City of all cities undetected and like it not making huge news or something. So, you know, just
why did the crows eat him?
I mean, did they eat him or was it just some voodoo magic? Man?
Oh, they
Bullshit.
devoured him.
I don't think
It
that's
does
true.
seem to heavily imply he was like consumed.
Yeah, but those would have to been some like magical predatorial crows that just consume absolutely everything, and I don't think that's true. I think that's magic, man.
Why doesn't he just get rid of the crows? Why does he keep them around?
Because crows are crows.
If they're
man.
always waiting to like fucking feast on him, like
I mean, why
let's
do we have
get
so
rid of
many
them.
cats waiting around here?
Listen,
If
Tanner,
we die, then like they're just consuming us immediately.
they don't call it a murder of crows for no reason, Tanner. Did you ever think of that?
I didn't think of that.
There we go. There's just a
Did you guys like the song?
No.
Which one?
The only one?
The one in the parade?
Yeah.
I thought it was just okay.
Yeah, it was whatever. I think my biggest thing with this movie is it's so meandery and they don't do much ever.
There's like no point to this movie.
Yeah, there's no plot evolution. It's just kind of the fortunate thing is the movie is very straightforward. The unfortunate thing is it doesn't really it doesn't explore anything at all.
And you'd think I feel like they got a good setup to make an interesting story. They're like, what if we made dinosaurs intelligent and then brought them into the modern day? I feel like you can do something with that, and they just didn't.
Yeah.
That's what the sitcom Dinosaurs is for, Tanner.
Oh, of course.
And then I guess the entire plot point of them going to the future anyway, because like clearly their plot was supposed to be go to the present time and like fulfill these kids' wishes of seeing real dinosaurs. But you're going to a museum of natural history, in which case I don't know if they were expected to know if the dinosaurs were real or not, or if they were supposed to be some sort of attraction. Like I didn't know how that logic would have worked out once they were actually in the museum. So, because obviously everybody freaked out that the dinosaurs were real, roaming the open city. But I don't know.
Why did the dinosaur say, "This is our little secret," when he like picked that kid up?
Yeah, see, that's exactly my point. Was it supposed to be they were supposed to know they were real, or was it supposed to be some like attraction thing? It's very unclear.
I think he was gonna molest that kid, to be honest.
I thought he was gonna molest him as well. Yeah, he was gonna keep him around after the show's done. Anyways, my big complaint with this film is a lot of the characters are almost entirely pointless. Like, you can literally remove the little girl and basically nothing about this movie changes. You can remove every dinosaur except for the fucking T-Rex and basically nothing about this movie changes.
Yeah, especially that blue one. He does literally nothing throughout the entire film.
Hey man.
Yeah, like the cast could literally just be the one kid, the T-Rex, and the doctor and the evil scientist guy, and like the plot would basically be exact same. Nobody else advances anything except for those characters.
Yeah.
So like it's just like total cast fluff for the sake of it, and it's just it's just stupid. A lot of
They're
things
marketable.
I don't fucking care.
I will say though, in this movie's defense, on one point, I did think the clown was pretty funny.
He was a pretty good comedy relief, I will say.
Who was the clown played by?
Mark Wahlberg.
What was that, Jackson?
I said Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I thought you said Greta Thunberg.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That would be funny. I don't know. It was some known guy. I
definitely put in
Martin
here.
Short.
Yeah, that's the one.
The level of cartoon logic in this movie is steadily increasing. I don't remember why I put that. I'm sure there's a very specific reason I did that. And I don't even know if it's pertinent to the story, but...
Speaking of being pertinent to the story, guys, so how about these rankings here?
That's a great question.
I'm gonna give it a C minus.
C minus. Dylan, how are you feeling about it?
You guys have convinced me after discussing this just a little bit. I think I'm going to give this movie a B minus.
B minus. Hot damn. Yeah, I think... yeah, I guess I'll group it in with like some of these other dino-themed movies, and I'll give it a C minus.
Guys, I'm giving it a substantially lower rating than the rest of you. I'm giving it a D minus.
God damn.
Yeah,
I don't think it was that bad.
I think it was pretty bad.
Dang.
I'm probably not giving it enough credit, but yeah, this movie was pretty rough for me.
Such is life.
Characters are pointless, plot was pointless, animation was okay. I don't really see much with this movie, to be completely honest. Honestly, it's a fucking kids movie, but it was not a very good kids movie.
I bet that if this movie took place in Japan, you'd like it a lot more.
Yeah, of course it takes place in fucking New York City, as they always do. Yeah, I mean, I also have no nostalgia for this movie as well. I never saw this as a kid, so I don't.
I wouldn't say I have much for it either.
Then why'd you pick it?
I thought it'd be funny.
I remember snippets of this movie. I didn't remember all of it, though.
Yeah. What did we end up with?
That is a C minus, meaning the others was our best movie and Metropolis was our worst movie this week. Unsurprisingly, I think.
Makes sense. I wouldn't have it any other way.
True.
Speaking of movies, having it our way, time to pick some movies here, boys.
Yeah,
Roll
what
the
is the Patreon going to give us?
Hopefully something good. Spaceballs!
No way! That movie's funny.
That movie is a little silly.
Good old Spaceballs coast to coast. Alright, so Dylan, you haven't caught up with all the movies quite yet, right?
No, I've still got 5 movies in the queue.
For shame. Unfortunate. Meaning, it sounds like we're just going to be picking 4 movies again here this week, boys.
Good lord.
Tanner, what's your pick going to be here?
Oh, fuck.
I don't know how that logic works, but...
I'm going to pick The Fly.
The Fly?
Yeah, 1986, I want to say.
We had a metamorphosis going on here, and now we're having a metamorphosis of another kind?
You cut out, Nico. Say that again.
I'll say sure.
No.
What's your movie pick?
My movie pick this week, guys, is going to be One Piece Movie 6 Baron Omatsuri and the Secret Island.
Fucking Christ.
I feel like I'm going to like this as much as the other movie, maybe less.
Well, why do you have any preconceived notions of it right now?
Because you've told me the anime is bad, so this is really your own doing.
Why the fuck are you still under that assertion that it's going to extend to the films?
I don't know, because I have no other reason to believe.
We've been over this, Dylan. It does not extend to the films.
I didn't think the last movie was good, so I still have reason to believe it's true.
For shame. Jackson, what are you picking?
I'm picking 1987's Wicked City.
Whoa.
Wicked City? I've never even heard of that.
Wicked City.
Crazy.
Oh boy, I can't wait for all these movies that I'm definitely going to catch up on.
Oh, damn.
Flying Spaceballs, Wicked City, One Piece Movie 6. Christ.
Literally, I worked so hard to get 4 movies down this week, and I'm back up to 9 again.
Tragic.
You got this, my man. And speaking of tragic, Tanner, do you have to tell people about the Patreon?
Oh my god, guys. If you go to patreon.com/Guapish, for only $1 a month, you'll get access to our pre-Guap show. You'll get early access to every episode. You'll get into the Discord where you can send in your own movie recommendations and you can get 500 slime coin and topic recommendations. You also get am I missing something? I know the names, but like what's the other thing I'm missing?
You got this, man. I believe in you.
I'm asking if I'm missing any of the other perks.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I haven't been paying attention this entire time, so like...
Damn it. I think that's everything, guys. But you also get your name read out every single episode, just like Nico is about to do.
That's right. Each and every one of you little guys, I love all of you, such as Kyler Nikolai, Lavaskin, Topperman Man, Joshua Bean, Tutbot, Lucas Ledette, Hunter, and Jacob Edwards. I especially love you, Lucas Ledette. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.